Hell of a thing. All right. So there's a child, okay, who was assaulted by the middle school cop. So a cop has been fired. Put up the picture full mass. Per Atlanta Black Star, great reporting here, by the way. I'm taking you to Mississippi. A Mississippi school resource officer means they're designated for the school. Typically, resource officers are quasi-mentors. So this resource officer was reportedly fired after a 15-year-old girl named Catanna Francois claimed the cop physically and verbally attacked her. In addition to cursing at her, the 8th grader accused the officer of choking and dragging her down the school hallway. Put up the institution. The incident occurred at Nichols Middle School. Francois said the alleged assault occurred on April 4th when she tried to use the bathroom after getting approval from a teacher, based on the reporting from WJTV Local. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. During a sit down with the news station, Francois said, quote, "I thought I was going to die." She claimed the officer grabbed her jacket, arm, and hair, resulting in a bald spot. Quote, "That's when she took me into the blind spot," the teen claimed, reportedly adding that other students and teachers saw the assault. Quote, "She pushed my head against the wall. She grabbed my neck and she started choking me." According to WAPT, a teacher was able to help Francois, the student. Her mother was notified and went to the school. The mother, Alexis Davis, arrived at the scene. She discovered Francois, the student, in handcuffs. She plans to take legal action. According to Davis, the teen needed water to take medication for a medical condition. She received permission from the teacher to go and get said water to take the medication. Quote, "I'm hurt. I feel empty. I know I got a heart. I don't even know if it's beating, but I know I'm awake. I'm in a nightmare and it ain't right," Davis told WJTV. Quote, "And if I knew that they really hated my child, I would have never let my child go," meaning go to the school. "I will never let her go there. And that's why I keep telling her that I'm sorry." Keep up the picture. This is a horrific scenario. Nobody can take away from the harshness of this experience. To the child, obviously you are a strong individual for the universe to visit this upon you. You are stronger than those who did this. You are stronger than the cop or any other administrator who may have co-signed. I am sorry this happened to you. To the mother, your instinct is correct. The best thing you can do is make sure that your child is not in that environment again. Your actions were in good faith, but the more you know, the better decision you can make. And that's exactly what you're doing. In a statement to WAPT, Superintendent Gary Hanna said, quote, "After conducting a thorough investigation, it was discovered the resource officer had failed to adhere to proper procedures and protocols. Consequently, the Nichols Middle School resource officer was terminated." Now, to the superintendent, let's keep him up. We appreciate the statement. We appreciate the direct notice of termination. Many times an institution like this will just say, "Hey, it's an internal investigation. We're not able to speak publicly on employment matters." You did not do that. I appreciate it. But there should be a recommendation for charges. You are a student advocate at heart. You have this position because you give a damn about children and the progress of their process. This is not only an incident that impacts the one student, it impacts all students under your leadership. I highly encourage that you make an example out of this resource officer. Francois attorney Carlos Moore said the school has video footage of the incident that he is now trying to obtain. So rest assured, that video footage was so extreme that the superintendent broke protocol and said on record, we fired an employee. They typically never tell you that part. The family plans to file a lawsuit against the school and city. The resource officer is also a Canton police officer. Police Chief Otha Brown runs the City of Canton Police Department. Principal Russell Evans runs the Nichols Middle School. All right, I'm putting you all up because I don't have confirmation on the resource officer. As soon as you send me confirmation of the resource officer, the face or faces of the story will change. Until then, I can only hold leadership accountable, and that's what I'm doing. Wise thoughts?
Just the idea that you got a police officer or a cop of any sort on the grounds of a middle school, I think is a bit excessive. Now, I do think that there needs to be some level of security at a middle school. We don't want, 50-year-old school teachers, women having to break up fights between seventh graders. I do think you need some level of a security presence, but that doesn't need to be a freaking cop who comes in there with their, overly aggressive posture towards a student body who they see as, constant threats. And just that you would treat a young woman this way is completely beyond the pale. And I hope her family sues the pants off of the municipality, the school district, whoever the police, whoever they got to get involved so that they could get some restitution here. I just think, the criminalizing, man, of a population of middle schoolers, I think is just, it's not conducive to the sort of atmosphere you want to foster in the educational environment. Dr. Richey, I know you know about this better than anybody. These kids are supposed to be here for learning, and we're arming these kids for the future. And the idea that we're going to put them in an environment where they're in some sort of police situation where a fake ass cop could bash a little girl's head in against the wall, it's absurd.
It's insane, and you're right. They are there for learning, and what we've learned in the research data, socioeconomic dynamics, how a student feels, what a student has access to, the food that the student may eat or not eat in a given day has impact. Pro-social contact has impact, meaning positive social interaction has impact on learning. All of these dynamics may seem non-academic, but they are very academic when it comes to the practical process of learning new material. All right, we'll bring you updates as they come.